Hi, everybody. This is Allison from AllyKat Creations. How are you? Please like, share, subscribe to my channel if you have yet to do so. And if you get anything from my work, connect on epiphany, a mind explosion, a new book to read, a new author to explore, artwork to create, please consider supporting my work. All the links are underneath the description after the live is over because I still haven't figured life out yet. AllyKatCreations211.com is where you can see all the artwork that I do, all the paint and sips, all the stuff. My pyramids have not been unpacked yet. But if you're interested in anything that I do, I have commission work that I do. I have stuff I have to start. Please email me because I do everything privately, but that's my portfolio. Go check it out. And then I have channel memberships where you get Oracle card readings, entries into raffles. You guys get exclusive emojis. And you also, for 4D members, will get previews into the other stuff that I do behind the scenes. So welcome, everybody. Hi, Scott. And hi, Ashmaya. Scott was the first one to reach 1 year in the membership. So he gets a special cool little star next to his little wrench. And Ashmaya is, I think, in second place on that one. So I'm really excited. I can't believe it's been a year since I've been having channel members. Really cool. Thank you guys for the support. I need this more than anything else. Hi, El Sudray. We're gonna get some crafting done. Hi, Sparky. We're gonna get crafting done, but OMGs. So sorry this happened to come in late. Sorry. I did not want to be late. Late to me is this is late. Chicken! Buck buck. Um, Hi, Marcia. Good evening, everybody. So my worst nightmares at work happened yesterday. The worst ones. The bad, not in a bad sense, like, but the stuff that we don't want happening at work happened at work. A lot of things need to be rethought about, and a lot of people. I'm like the prevention person. Like I like protocols. I like things uh flowing when there's an emergency, and things did not flow, but we made it work, and thankfully all involved is okay. Sort of. I'm not a happy camper about it. My heart's ripped up. My heart it was ripped open yesterday like nobody's business. Absolutely. There's no words to describe how I felt yesterday. um I have been getting my abilities enhancing a little bit, and I posted it yesterday because I can't really talk about what actually happened, but it happened at work. Reason being, it's privacy and HIPAA and all that. But yesterday I did have an experience, and I'm going to go to my Facebook really quick and show you some pictures if you haven't seen them. I'm sure everybody here, maybe a lot of people in the chat might have, but maybe people later on in life will be like, what the hell is this girl talking about? Don't mind my Allison faces. They're really bad. They're bad, but it's we'll share and we'll go over it. Okay, so we know that Allison plays with the plasma ball. So don't mind my face. I look ridiculous. But if we want to look at the double lineage going on in the plasma, that's really the significance of why I took these pictures. I wasn't really focusing on my face or just me. The reason why I did that, I don't know if anybody could see anything in them. Um, the reason why I posted these, and it alluded to what happened to me yesterday. I came home and my energy was shot. I was in shock. I was upset. I don't know if I was the cause of something that happened or that I picked up on something that was detrimental that happened. Basically, I was putting my hands over my little one's head and I felt energy I've never ever felt off of anybody before. I looked up and then everything transpired from that point on. I was so, and I called it because I said it to my teacher. I'm like, that her energy is off. It's off. This energy is off. I don't like it. I don't like it. Like, I just put my hand over here and I'm like, I'm feeling something I don't like. I don't like it. It's something, something's off. Something is off. And I just spoke it out loud. And once again, instincts. I now looking back on it, obviously, spirit was preparing me for what was to transpire after that, but what happened after that? Can't talk about it. But it was rough. It was rough. I didn't like it. And I'm just glad that at the end of the day, said child is alive. Um, we'll see if she comes in tomorrow. Then today, that's not even it, because yesterday was like, I can't even focus. I went home. I literally saged out this house. I grounded. I went outside, touched a tree before the rain started to come in. I needed I does it what happened yesterday? I can even recollect what like just I felt energy like I never felt it before, and it was a little freak space. So today. Allison comes into the room. Everything the morning is like crazy, but everything is okay. And then the second group of kids come in. And then my worst nightmares once again resurface. And we had a child with what I just went through in the house and got rid of and destroyed was in this child's scalp. Ah! I don't okay, like the three worst things that you could do to me is ticks, lice, and fleas. Okay. Three worst things that make my like schizophrenic brain go off the handle and I freak that F out. So what did Allison do after this child went home? Literally took Dawn dish soap and threw it in my hair. I put water, I wet my hair, and then I took the soap and like put it on my hair. And then I got home and I literally, like, without like having everybody in the neighborhood have a strip show, literally took everything off at my door and fucking sprayed everything I own, and then took everything and put it in a bag and then like ran myself into the shower, and then I sprayed the bag and now it's all in my room to ozone before I throw it into the washing machine with everything else and vacuumed and cleaned. So sorry, that's why I'm late. I am not having a repeat of that again in this house. I am not allowing Freya to bleed her face and her back off. We're not going there again. So, might you say that holy crap, the last 2 days have been banana nuts. But I'm also very thankful because Arnie sent me his Oracle decks that I used during the channel member only videos. And I got a beautiful package from Ash Maya this afternoon that just made me want to tinkle up and cry. Like, wow, shit's bad, but I got fun stuff and I can't wait to tap into the cookies she sent me. I'm so excited. So thank you, Ashmeyer, for that pick me upper. I really needed it. Really needed it. So what is going on, guys? Because everybody's been asking me in the chats in my job, like, what is going on with these kiddos? Like, Allison, you know everything. What's going on? So basically, Schumann residence has been very calm, very cool and very collected. We have been getting spikes, not to lie, but not whiteouts. We're getting little blips, blips, blips. I'll show you the little blips. And they're very faint. They're not crazy. Sorry, my phone has to charge. So we get a little bloops, and then we're getting like gritting happening. Okay, so that's nothing we haven't seen before. Frequencies are currently at 8, solid, 8 flat. That's high, for me at least. And congratulations to everybody that we have in the last hour and a half had a blackout. Blackout. We had a blackout. We had a little blackout. We had a time dilation. We had a blackout. Blackout. Woo! 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 Sorry. Allison's crazy. And then the electrical field has been batshit also. And not crazy, but that one spike probably hit a lot of kiddos, and which isn't good. And if I'm scratching my head, I'm very still like mentally in that there's bugs on me. I don't like that feeling. It makes my skin crawl, and I do apologize. I'm trying to distract the brain from that. Energetically speaking, yesterday was like one of those things where I've never felt energy coming off of electrical energy coming off of somebody's head like that before. And of course this child has, some issues, and her situation makes me want to cry. She was so cheerful and happy to be at school. It eats me up inside because there's just so much going on with that, and I wish I could talk about it freely and can't. But that yesterday put a couple of things in perspective to me when I woke up this morning, and I'm like, wow, I had something that I never experienced before from my own abilities, and I don't know if I like it. I've never had, of course, Allison has abilities that sometimes you see in things that you don't like. You're experiencing things or feeling things that you're like, ick. But this was a whole nother level of like, I don't know if I want to know. And the only way I would want to know is if there is an intervention that I can do that I'm supposed to learn how to do to aid these children in a higher way, especially this one. I have another child coming in starting on Monday that's also medically fragile. So we'll see what happens. My gosh. My gosh, my gosh, my gosh. Oshkosh begosh. Yesterday really put me in a different spot. It made me shift a bit in my thinking, in taken aback a bit. And I still can't, I'm still processing it. Still processing it. Because that wasn't like foresight or an insight or like I predicted it was going to happen. Like I felt it going on right before it happened. Like I felt it. I energetically felt the tinglings in my hand and felt off. Everything was off. It didn't feel right. And I called it out and I said to my teacher, I'm like, that's really fucking scary. That's ridiculously scary that I felt what was going to come. Oh, and it came and it was bad. Now, I hope that it wasn't the cause of what took place. Everything has a divine orchestration. Obviously, that was a catalyst for me to figure out. Period. End of story. Um, I haven't really gotten answers from upstairs yet. I think I'm still needing to process like my emotional states from yesterday. But then today was no better because what happened today was absolutely devastating because obviously it's a little innocent child that now has all kinds of issues and then things crawling in scalp. Like, no. Ah! Sorry. Gotta get that out. Gotta get it out. Woo! So let me also go back because there's a lot energetically happening that's going to be in the next day or two. So Mercury enters Scorpio. Today, Mercury dives into the deep magnetic realm of Scorpio. And when this shift, the veil thins, the energy becomes sharper and infinitely more honest. Nothing superficial can survive this transit. Every word, thought, and interaction suddenly carries weight, intention, and a quite electric charge. This is cosmic movement when intuition speaks louder than logic, when whispers become revelations, when we feel the pull to explore the hidden corners of our hearts, those places we avoid until the universe insists we return. Now, um, yesterday, oddly enough, Jesse Blaze, Mr. Snyder himself, messaged me. He channeled this huge thing that was more permanent to him, but there was some things like he's like, you might take something from this too. And this is really interesting that what he channeled was that a lot of us are going through the Phoenix rising. We're not yet risen. We're not yet, we're in the ashes. We're transmuting. The new self hasn't really formulated yet, but the old self is definitely on its way out. It's almost out the door. And we're in this like in between yucky stage. Um, so I was a little taken aback by the things that he was saying was like pretty on target. I know Arnie's been feeling the same, and a couple of you I know have been talking to me feel the same, like you you don't know where to move, how to go, what goes on because the energy is like wonky. A lot of us are not feeling hot, we're not feeling good. We are figuring out our new sense of self, but the old sense of self is still here. We're trying to change, and yet we're like doing the ping pong within our own selves, and it's weird. Yeah, the premonition stuff is cool. I get premonitions here and there, but yesterday was like not necessarily a premonition. It was like I felt energy and it was off and boom, here we go. 911 had to be called. And me and my teacher debriefed, and we're very proud of both of ourselves because she was also very similar to my professional rescuer training, and we both handled the situation rather calmly and coolly. And it's just a part of the job that you don't want to have to get done, but it happens. That's right, Arnie. Hi, Arnie. How are you, sweetie? Every so Arnie, I don't think knows this, but during the vending event that I had this weekend, I brought his tarot and oracle card uh deluxe duo together. I brought them. Ivy loves them, Arnie. And Maureen and Ivy got to hang out a bit, and they got to have some chat and fun while I was sitting and figuring life out. Um, but I was showing a few people your deck, so I hope that someone reaches out to you, because I was like, you gotta look at these. It was great. I don't know if I so after the quantum AI metaphysical ponderings, I know it's a long name, but it holds significance. After that yesterday's video, because I could not read a book. I was not in any kind of energetic form to sit there and focus. Like, me focusing on quantum was like my best bet. I feel itchy. Sorry, I feel itchy. It's not a problem. Ivy really loved them, and we were spreading the love around the place. We did get some traffic. I did sell some stuff, but not a lot. I didn't make that much. I made back pretty much. I made it even. I pretty much made even with how much I had to put out for to rent the space for the event. Which sucks, but I at least made something back. I didn't make nothing. Um, I honestly, sitting at this point, don't know what I want my new self to be, or how I want that to look like yet. Because the sense of who I am now is always forever evolving. And I'm seeing what needs to be further released. I'm getting clarity on more, releasing certain, hey, Kassan, I'm releasing certain components of self, but it's not literally releasing as much it is maturing and keeping what needs to stay that makes me fully functional in the 3D. But the thing is that no longer in my own personality and character needs to go. And that might look a little cunty for a little bit, but I'm not phased at this point. I've been speaking more of my truth at work. For sure. We had a professional development in the middle of the day the other day, and I basically spoke more of my experience with behavioral children and other books that people might not know about. I was talking. I also have a whole section of educational books that I have read, thanks to one of my principals I worked with. Phenomenal books. Mindset was one of them. But I know a lot of us are in that. I'm in rock bottom times 4 right now, in a lot of facets of my life. But what keeps me motivated each and every day is what makes me happy, and I have to go chase that happiness. I don't have to chase it and force it, but I want to chase it because I want it, and because I want to strive for those things we call success. Hang on. What the effers? 'Cause, 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 Interesting. I'm gonna read more about what's going on energetically. We're gonna get there. 2 seconds. All right. Sorry. Hi. Um, I'm most likely gonna do the frame today, but I have to figure out what I want for the stars. Yeah, I'm trying to get cohesive in my vibratory state to hold on to a timeline. I think that's another issue that I didn't get to speak about yesterday so much because I was trying to kind of like layman's terms, the singularity, um, collapsing, the entanglement, and the quantum stuff that we are now spiritually hearing more. I was trying to explain it smidgen with the articles, time itself. But I feel like what is happening right now and why like the best has yet to collapse and loop on top of us and for us to merge with it is because we're still shifting a lot every day. The collective is doing so, and a lot of us have to stay, and not to say mediocre energy or midway wavelength energy. It's just we're most of us volunteered to be here for the now moment. And if we raise ourselves too high, we're not going to be doing our mission where we need to be. So I feel like the war that is the struggle between all of us that are here to help ascend and help other people with the frequencies and with the awakening is that we are like ping ponging this shit back and forth because we want to go, because we're done, we're tired, we're exhausted, and at the same time, we have a contract we have to play out. So, as time is collapsing on itself and we're merging to different timelines, we kind of have to sit back and wait a little bit longer for some people to catch up, play catch up in vibratory states. It doesn't need to be timelines that they need to jump on to be with us. We dictate that. But energetically, frequency wise, vibratory state wise, if we leap too far in advance, the timeline that we are all co-creating together will be a little mishmashed. And that wave, that roller coaster wave of experiencing 5D and then going straight down to 3D, it's too much for our bodies right now, taking in all this vibration and energy in. We would crash. And I think our brains, our bodies, and our minds are trying to like, hey, Aries, that's me. Chill the F out a little bit, girl. I know you're at rock bottom. I know shit sucks, but you know what? Just keep pressing forward. Don't let that crap illusion, even though it's not, it feels it's real, stop you. Sorry, this is my very much needed today because in my mind I'm trying to allow my mind to go bye-bye over here because I feel like I'm getting infiltrated with bugs. Like I still have the image of things, but it in that in Scott, I think that's what's happening with most of us. Like when we feel and have these experiences, like yesterday, that experience I had with literally doing this to said child and feeling the like literally picking up as if I'm powder the energy off this child and saying, well, this is off, I feel off, this is off, this is something's wrong, I don't like it, I don't like the feeling I have in my hands. And then I absorb the energy, and then within like a second, this child is not doing okay. And then protocol. Um, the Arnie, you're doing fantastic work. Keep going. I'm really excited. I started listening to Arnie sent me a CD. I started listening to a little bit of it in my car ride. My ride to work is no more than a minute or two, so I can't wait to listen to the rest of it. I'm really thankful that Arnie sent me some really good goodies and good stuff. Please go support. Um, you are, but because son, you are the universe. You co-creating with all of us. Yesterday, that experience for me yesterday, I'm still like diving into, and unfortunately, I do apologize. I obviously would love to tell you exactly all the nitty-gritty details, but because of HIPAA and privacy, I can't. I could just like give you baseline, but yesterday was a catalyst for me to be more in awareness of my abilities and my energy and how I am reading energy and how, hi, Buckshot. There could have been a potentiality where maybe now that I know that I have this, and if it happens again, that I know exactly if I'm feeling something and I'm tapping into my intuition, but I'm also feeling it, that I could then just, hey, clear the room and let's go. Like it's coming. And I know that's freaky for people that are not into the ability thing, that don't believe me and that are materialists and that don't see beyond the veil. But if my two girls in there respect me enough to know that I called that shit out before it happened, and now we have an understanding that like if I pick up on something, we're going to like go with Allison's gut and just act as if and go through the motions. Because I'm not here to let something go and transcend in my presence. That is so true, Miss Sparky. Buckshot, you and Marine sound so similar. It is bananas. He's also working a lot. Why you're not seeing him so much in chat? Sending like he came to the vending event with me. Him and Ivy got to have fun, but like he's been working like nonstop, all like out of his hours, because he's also his tech guys are short too, so he's playing tech roles behind the scene. I got to view some of this, and like he's ridiculously smart, like genius next level. So I can only imagine Buckshot. But I'm glad you're here in spirit, my friend. Um, you know, and Buckshot, I know there was a lot of down detector stuff down today. Like I know a lot of people are freaking out about Twitter, and like there was a bunch of apps not working today, and people are blowing up Facebook like, I can't get out. Chill the fuck out. Read a book. Read a book. Things come back. Things come back. But yeah, like I know Marine's been super, super busy with work, so I try not to bother him. Um, Yeah, I mean, energetically, thank you, Buckshot. We love you. Um, energetically, like the other day, one of the kids in the next room next to me who is like also not here, there's a lot going on. I saw this child's aura. I don't see auras. I really have to tune into you really hard and like focus ridiculously to see an aura. This kid, it was clear as effing day. Clear. Like I saw it. Like there was no mistaking what I was seeing. And then I saw the entities. If we're ascending, we're going for we legitimately are. So what I was trying to explain yesterday is that that grid that I'm talking about with the Schumann resonance, now put it in a cube sense. Okay, we're not in a cube, but we're in a realm. And there the grid is the parallel earths, selves, dimensions, parallel, whatever you want to equate that language to. Everything is overlaying. So when we are saying there's a time leap, or we just had a blackout like maybe an hour ago, you're stair stepping. We're taking a leap into another reality. And when I say overlay, that reality doesn't look any different from where you're experiencing, but there's minor little insignificant changes that start equating in time, in our linear time space, to have those deja vu moments and Mandela effects. The smallest changes dictate what goes on. We're seeing this more and more. We're understanding it a little better. I'm still trying to wrap my head again around it. Sorry, I have spirit going on and too much. Too much. Oh, I hope your hubby has a good surgery, El Sunray. Um, Yeeps. I that besides the bugs thing, the eye thing is like I have my things. Like a lot of stuff does not gross me out, but can't do the contacts. Can't do it. There's more. I know I look crazy, but that's all right. So this is something that a few people have brought up to me at work. Once again, a lot of people at my job are not in the awareness. They are awake to an extent in certain facets of the world. They don't see the big picture just yet. But a lot of people have been asking me about the twin flame thing. And this happened to pop up. I'm not going to share my screen on this one. I'll just read it to you guys. Twin flame update. Massive blocks are being revealed. All movement in this connection is going to be forced inwards, moving forward. There's strong sense of pressure building in the collective, almost like everyone is being pushed to confront the parts of themselves they have ignored for too long. On a deeper level, old dreams, hopes, and fantasies are being questioned because we do need to re-examine these things. We're in retrograde season. People are realizing where they've been acting out of fear, rushing, forcing, or attaching too much meaning to unstable situations. Divine masculines are feeling the weight of unfinished business within themselves. Their confidence feels shaky and they're struggling to create anything solid because their inner world isn't settled. They're withdrawing not because they don't care, but because they don't know how to show up in a grounded way right now. Truth. Divine feminines are being guided to stop overgiving and step back into emotional neutrality. This phase is about reclaiming energy, rebuilding self-worth, and detaching from expectations. So if anybody's in that realm of what, I have not. Okay, son. And we have a new moon in Scorpio that starts tomorrow. But I think the energy is already influencing us. I have an itchy nose. Someone's thinking about me. This new moon amplifies intuition and heightens every sense, pulling emotional truths, hidden signals, revelations, messages, and deep insight to the surface. With energy that feels intense and impossible to deny, the influence brings every feeling at once up, creating a wave of clarity, clarity the moment you slow down enough to notice what has been building for weeks. This moment shows how your intuition guides, supports, and protects you at all times through intuitive downloads, repeating thoughts, strong reactions, and flashes of knowing that arrive with accuracy you could feel in your entire energy field. That was me yesterday. What appears now matches the truth you have been sensing for weeks, giving you a deeper understanding of why certain emotions run with force and refuse to fade. The energy highlights the meaning behind the pulls you feel, the thoughts that kept circling, and the connections that stayed present long after the moment passed, bringing recognition that feels validating and deeply aligned. If something has been looping through your mind again and again, this new moon delivers a breakthrough that connects every signal in a way that feels sudden, specific, and precise. This cycle reveals motives, desires, and unspoken feelings, guiding you to move into the chapter your spirit has been preparing you to enter far longer than you may have realized. So expect to receive positive news or someone to unexpectedly and openly reveal their true intentions and feelings. If you see 111, 33, 717, or 2020, those are the signs. You are being realigned. And this is what Jesse kind of sent me in that channeling yesterday that he did. We fall, get diverted, make mistakes, or detour only to come back in alignment with full force, only to realize the power and potency of our divine journey. Your life has been hit a reset button. Mine has many times, but this is like, is it the big button? Is it shiny? Let go of old habit patterns, beliefs, mindset, or anything that's acting as a block from your embodying the highest version of yourself. The realizations and inspiration isn't random. Your higher self and guides are working with you more than ever to bring you in complete alignment with the most effortless, blissful, joyous, and abundant path. Rebirth. And I affirm that shit. Cause son, so when we talk about non-duality, I'm not talking about it from the Hindu esoteric standpoint. And the reason why I say that is non-duality in third density does not make sense in terms of how they're thinking about it, how it's prescribed to us. When we're looking at non-duality or divine neutrality, that's what I practice is divine neutrality. I experience, I feel dark and light, good and evil. I experience these things every day. I think everybody else does too, to an extent. If we didn't have the contrast in 3D, we would not be moving along on our journeys. We need the contrast to see right from wrong or how we view our rights and wrongs. Everybody's different. And we got to give grace and compassion to ourselves for that. They are talking about in non-duality, like none of it existing, and it's all this existential void. All right. I will check them out, but if it's coming from and what standpoint are they coming from? I'm interested. Because a lot of people who speak on non-duality are kind of not approaching it from a dimensional space or an optic of 3D, 4D, 5D. They're not understanding the divisions of the layering of consciousness. I'm going to write these names down and I will discover. We will eventually get to the state of non-duality, but that's not in this lifetime, in this vehicle. And if it happens for you or anybody, you know, I'm just speaking hypotheticals here. If it does happen for some, it's a small percentage because that's the experience that they wrote in for themselves to have. For me, okay. For me, we need contrast to in order for us to learn the lessons and to learn what's going on in this paradigm so we know what we prefer as a human soul to what we don't. Yeah, no problem. I mean, most of what I've been sent by others about non-duality has been in the Hindu aspect, and I appreciate it because I can always take something away from anything. But in the third dimensional sense where we're living in and experiencing in, feeling in right now, I don't I acknowledge that there's good and evil, but I see beyond it. So I'm not judging it anymore. I'm not throwing my finger, all these evil people. Oh, I hate them. Like, I'm not doing that. All I'm doing is like seeing it, viewing it, and then making my best perception and depiction of how I should react to such catalysts of what we deem as good and evil. Allison is in the very early stages on my construction paper from school, working on the shadow work. But then I got another download drop that I need to write like mini letters and publish them. So maybe I'm supposed to write a book soon. Busy bee, I am. But let's take a very brief moment to share that Ashmaya got me these really cute little gems. And these letters, these little cutout letters, I love them. And what we want to say is like they're alphabet tiles because we can't call them Scrabble tiles because they're not Scrabble tiles, but they look like Scrabble tiles. But these are adorable. I might actually integrate it with this. We'll see. Thank you, Ashmaya. She sent me a onesie. I can't wait. And if it wasn't for the fact that I felt like bugs were jumping all over me, I would have worn it because I like presents that make me happy. So yay. And thank you to Maureen, who over the weekend bought me some food that I was able to heat up some really good, yummy chicken. When I say I'm at rock bottom, I'm not joking on that. He even got Freya and little Thor some food. But I don't expect that from him. I can use anything and everything. I actually had clothespins that I never use. I had it for something specific and I didn't get use them. And then I brought it to my classroom and we used them. So the kids are worth it. Kids are absolutely worth it in my eyes. I should be wearing a smock, but I'm not. Interesting, Kassan. I gotta look into that. As I this was from Veterans Day and I didn't finish it, but we're gonna try to finish it today. At least one of them we're gonna finish today. I'm just one of those OCD type of people that need things to be cleaned up. Yay. That's exactly how I look at it, Al Sunright. I look at it as what is the experience that we're having? And God, how do I word this properly? All of us are God, and all of us have an individualistic component to it that wants to express differently, whether it be good or bad. But we all have to look at the fact that all of us have said or done things in our lives that we're not proud of. We we throw blame and shame on other people for our own insecurities, or we haven't learned a lesson. Um, some of us don't mean to be assholes or jerks, and this comes in with a lot of the twin flame dynamics, that we are here to help people catalyze a healing that they need to do and work within. But a lot of people don't see that aspect just yet. No one is perfect. We're not supposed to be perfect. Um, we're supposed to just live and be happy. Like I had to take a step back the other day because of one of the reactions that was perceived by said student that I had 911 called on. And everybody reacts to catalysts differently. And I'm not a mother, but if I was, I don't know how I would have reacted yesterday. But all I can say is that it's a little discouraging and disappointing. But at the same time, I can't control how someone else is going to react towards a catalyst. That's their learning and teaching that they need to go through. And if they don't acknowledge it, you know, I can only be a bystander witness to it and hope that something in my energy field helped them shift. You know, uh, listen, mornings, the energies have been really rough for a lot of people. So don't like feel you're alone. You're not. The other this weekend I slept, but I was not in my body. I'm not in my body. I don't know where I was. I don't know what was going on, but I was not in my body. I was probably working somewhere on the grid. I'm not using tape, so I'm doing the best that I can to get line straight. Hi, Reperception. How are you? I mean, hi, John. Sure, you can always listen. I welcome all kinds of things into this chat. So if you have something that can help, not just Allison, but everybody, please share. I actually got they're no longer a harbor of things in my house. They did finally go bye-bye, but then today I think I have to look at the spiritual meaning of what a flea is, because that was presented to me today at work. Reperception, where are you from? I know all about traffic. Well, not necessarily right now where I'm living, but I had my whole life was with traffic every day. I lived in New York, and half my life is spent in traffic. Hours of it. Gotcha. Yeah, so I can comprehend that. I'm sorry. That's shitty. Yakaroonies. What I've used for the fleas on Freya, I did not borax her, but I did borax the carpet, my couch, my bean bags, um, all of and I've washed everything several times. Right now, I actually have the ozone machine on in my room after today's debacle at work. I then went to spray everything. I have essential oils going on in the house as well. Tomorrow I'm putting tree tea oil in my hair. Like I've been doing stuff and I haven't had. I'm gonna write that down too. I love it. I love all the advice. Where can you find such a thing? I have to bring the organic stuff to work tomorrow. And just to clarify that what happened today did not come from me. It was already an established thing at that child's home. So that was we already established that last week, and that child is having a very rough time. And we took precautions. I took precautions at least for myself last week, but child still has some issues. So it's unfortunate. It's sad. I want to cry. But I also feel very skitsy and itchy again. And I know these things are stuff that no one can, you obviously can't really do much about it besides take precautions. It sucks. But those rude awakenings are stuff that you can use. No, you're not typing nonsense. Stop you. Cool. I'll check that out. Because son, you're not typing nonsense. Keep going. Get it out. But if you look at the full card in tarot, you're taking a leap of faith. What is your dreams? What do you want for yourself? I know what I want for myself. It's just obtaining it. That's the block. It's the hard part. It's the things that I want to do are not necessarily pathways and roads that have been traveled by many. That's just a real truth, and I know this. I'm very unconventional, and I have to work in the unconventional, and the unconventional in 3D is very hard to obtain without a lot of help and assistance from others. And I don't have that backing yet financially to at least start on unconventionality. I got to find ways to work within the confines of 3D until enough of us shift to 4 and things will be a lot easier for some of us. But working in 3D limitation and separation bolsters a very big, and it's common amongst all the spiritual people that have really good, amazing dreams and aspirations and just want the best for humanity. We want to work with everybody, but how do we do that in a holistic sense without being bound down by 3D law? Not easy. It ain't. But you're not typing nonsense, so stop it. Keep going. So we have major astronomical event that's today. Mercury retrograde enters Scorpio. When Mercury drifts back into Scorpio, conversations deepen and truth comes to light. Secrets, old misunderstandings, or unfinished emotional business may resurface, giving you a chance to clear the air once and for all. Listen carefully to what's not being said. Intuition speaks volumes. This is a good time to journal, meditate, or revisit a heartfelt conversation you've been avoiding. Honest communication now can bring real healing. So this is another thing about new moon in Scorpio. This is big because it's not a negative, like new moons. Scorpio is like the rebirth zodiac sign. It's rebirth. But within the confines of all the retrogrades happening, a lot of shit is resurfacing, and it's for a purpose. It's to review, did you really get rid of those negativities, those ways of patterning of your doing that you need to change or you need to release and let go for final goodbyes? Bye, I love you, but you're going to go over there and you're going to stay there and you're not coming back. Are they leaving? We're all revisiting. I think I'm revisiting the rock bottom like one last time because something on a greater scale needs to be learned. I don't know what, but what I was just saying about being unconventional, I just have to figure out how to be unconventional in 3D confines. Which is not an easy task for most of us in the now moment, because they're still bound by capitalism and money, and I don't have any of it, literally. Um, and thanks to some of you, I was able to pay the two bills that were, and not my property tax that hasn't been tackled yet. But I was able to get two bills paid thanks to some of the amazing people on this channel helping me out a little bit. And they weren't that much, but whatever was given was amazing. So thank you. Uh, in the next few months is going to be very stressful because I don't get full paychecks until February. Fun. And I got rain on the way, I think. We had rain today. I was very iffies in my body today. All my devils are losing. No good. Okay, so Kasun. So the universe, you did, right? The universe did very similar to me. Okay, not going to a shrink and getting drugs. But my body woke up. I was a dancer and that was my life. I was on point shoes, tap shoes, lyrical, modern hip hop. I did everything. My whole life was dancing. All of it. And then one day I woke up and I could not move. Beyond the fact that that happened right after my dad passing away, my whole life changed. And I had to give up the dreams that I set myself out to have. I had to redefine myself. And it took some time. And I went on to the second part of my life is the art. I went to art college instead of going to dancing college to learn how to be a choreographer and a dancer and make it big, right? Those were my dreams back when I was a child. And then my health took a tailspin. And it's not because I didn't want to pursue a higher form of art education. I just couldn't, then at that point in time, afford it. And my body wasn't able to handle it. And now, all at the fresh, ripe age at 40, going to be 43 next year, all my dreams and aspirations had to be reconfigured, recapitulated. So you got to find what makes you happy in your now moment and not looking back on what the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. And I'm a victim of this. I do this to myself. What happens if? But you know what? I don't have those what happens. I have the now moment, and that now moment I get to decide, am I going to pursue what makes me happy, or am I going to pursue what everybody else dictates to me that makes money? Fool's paradise, but hey, you got to be adaptive and flexible with what your soul wants, not your ego and not your personality. We still have yet to figure out as a massive collective. I'm 83. I'm 1983. I had to recapitulate my moving forward. Am I where I want to be in my life? I always wanted to settle down and have a family of my own and a house and the dream that is sold to most people. And I never found the man, and I never found the house, and I never found someone to have a child with me. And that time elapsed. That's okay. That was not my path to live. I had to come to an acceptance that this is the life that I am living, and that I have to be comfortable with what I am doing. My mission on this planet is to serve the children. That's just one facet and one fractal of all the other things that I need to get done on this life so that I can transcend. I had to reimagine and recreate what I want for myself, and not to give up on love and not to give up on myself, because my soul needs me to thrive and survive. My ego and my personality are trying to keep me safe, and safe is not the option right now. Grandma here. Okay, that's what I was doing for like almost an hour in the mirror. Fuck. I also missed out today after having to run home to take a shower because I had Dawn dish soap in my head. Literally, I did. I literally ran home instead of to the community center to get myself Thanksgiving goodies and a gift card. but that's okay. I think Maureen is making Thanksgiving, or at least we're going to attempt to have a Thanksgiving and get some food catered out and then eat it. I may make some cornbread. We'll see. We're almost dry. Yay. So I'm making this for me to put on my wall, and I'm gonna have Maureen's picture, his Marine picture, Marine official picture, and then pictures of me and him. Allison's gonna attempt Fugazi stars. That was my tummy. Oh, I will. You have no idea. I don't know. I want to eat them, but then I don't. Girl, I'm excited. Super excited for those. You have no idea. I got so giggly when I saw that. You rock, girl. That literally, I got home like feeling like a skitsy, and I was just like, okay, we're gonna calm ourselves down. Everything is gonna be okay. I don't got nothing on me. I'll be fine. I'm just gonna precaution and take my little, self to the shower, and I'm gonna check my hair, and I'm gonna ozone the room. And I saw the shortbreads, and I was like, oh my God, they're teddy bears. So excited. Oh, they are cute. I like them already and even taste them, but anything from Europe is usually way better from the United States. I'm just saying, no offense, United States. And then Ashmai did send me an Irish flag that I'm gonna find a place for. Because this little lass over here is Irish. I am Irish. I'm not liking this star. He ain't looking cooperative. He's not looking a little cooperative over here. Shit. No, it's like crackers. They're shaped as bears. They're really looking adorable. How come I always get like the first star? Like the first star that I do is like phenomenal, and then every other star looks like a piece of shit. What is that? Anybody else has this conundrum in life? Because I do. I think it's the paintbrush, but and I also been promoting People for People. It's what I have my second job in. So if anybody's interested in the information, I'm gonna put the links to the website so you can look at it for yourself. But if you do happen to sign up, please mention me. It doesn't really pay. I'm not getting paid, by the way. I just like the mission. Eventually results shall be made that I get a paycheck, but I don't know how much that's going to look. And it's for me, it's more networking and growing my business to new peoples. And we're trying to get global allegiances going. And we do meet up on Zoom. We have communities. I got a couple of patriots. Some of you might know. They're under me, like in my, not necessarily in my department, but they're in my community. I am really hoping that this Thanksgiving weekend, me and Maureen can go shoot pew pewing. I need to go pew pewing because I think that's a really good way for me to ground. It looks like a little kitty did it. Mm-mm. Do we have? I'm going on a bear hunt. I'm going on a bear hunt. Chicken! Buck buck. Chicken, 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 chicken in the chat. While that dries, I can fix the monstrosity of stars on this. I'm going on a bear hunt. Chicken bok bok. I gotta get to the other definitions of the new moon. I will get there. Don't think I forgot. Because I'm butchering this again. Butchering stars. It's a thing I do. So new moon in Scorpio, prisms of light, profound inner transformations, rebirths, resets, transmutation, and upgrades. The new moon in Scorpio is activating profound inner transformations, complete rebirths, shock, revelations, and events and total resets. The old systems are now making way for the new. Yay. New energies, new timelines, new fields via our inner divinities. Realized. This means release and restory everything. Yes and no. Individually, this is a beautiful time for deep inner work and transformation as many layers are clearing and new energetics are reconfiguring. It is the perfect time for seeding and reseeding with our higher heart, higher mind, and inner divine intentions and co-creations. Huge mass awakenings, activations, upgrades, expansionings are happening. And through to the new year, blessings, abundance, and miracles are waiting to fill in once we have transmuted and released all that is no longer resonating. The shade and the shadow. We are turning our wounds into wisdom and our wisdom into gold. Request crystalline and diamond upgrades, healing, and an alignment from the diamond and crystalline beings. We can also transmute, transpose, transform with the emerald and violet flame. Full ignition via the God breath, 7777, 77 for 7 nights between 11 and 1 a.m. You could do it at any time because those times always crisscross at any point in the earth. I like just how that was written. So yeah, with what happened to me the other day, I'll show everybody what Ash Maya sent me because I took a picture of it and posted it. Shortbread teddies! Thank you, Ash Maya. I can't wait to eat them. I'm going on a bear hunt. Teddy, teddy, teddies. I'm very stiff. Very, very stiff. Don't know why. So yeah, the energy I was experiencing yesterday, like I'm feeling off my head now. It weird. Weird. Everything has a divine synchronicity and divine ways of coming into being. We need to come into our realization that it's okay to disappear from time to time, but don't completely disconnect from the tribe because We're a good support system here. I know a lot of people in the chat, and we've seen this time. Oh my God, how cute that cat is. Mr. Binks. Oh my God, I want you. Oh God. So the snow disappeared. We had that big snowstorm. I had a foot of snow, and now I have leaves because everything melted everywhere. And then I was going to go out today before I went live to go at least blow some of the leaves into a pile. Yeah, no. No, it rained. It said, Allison. Hmm. We're supposed to get a really cold, snowy winter. I'm not looking forward to it because car issue. You know, that's another one of those things in life that does happen and occur in me. Um, ooh, my body. Ooh, the devils are not doing good. I'm going to open up these little tiles that Eshmaya got. See what we got here. Can I work with any of these? I'm okay with the snow and stuff if it would just knock it off. And the ignorance that goes on around here knocks off. Because people do not know how to drive in this weather when it happens. Oh, wow. All I gotta say is I like it when it snows, when it doesn't accumulate. It accumulates on the foliage, on the grass. I don't have, I could just like poo-poo it off my car and we're good to go. But when it freezes and it gets to 10 degrees, that's where the problems come in. I'm trying to see with these Scrabble letters what I can make here. We are gonna make things work if I gotta make them work. Allison's thinking. Okay, what is a letter that I am never gonna use? I think I got something. I think I have something. It's 41 degrees here. It's cold. But I feel like the pressure is dropping. Feels like 36. So how's everybody doing with their the energies? I know El Samurai spoke a little earlier. We're feeling about similar. The energy is wonky. How have you guys been sleeping? Glue gun. We're gonna make something work. I don't mind the snow, but I do mind people that can't drive in it, like myself. Can't stand myself. Because son, you really need to do some recapitulating your thoughts before you go to sleep. And when I say that, I mean thinking more like if something in your day did not go right or you could have done it better, imagine that you did. Not that, don't fake it, but just imagine that that energy is that. Brian Scott has a couple of episodes on that. Hi. I don't understand if I like this flag or not. I don't know if I like it. I don't know. I might have to redo it because I don't know if I like it. Betty! Betty, 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 Betty. Betty, Betty. Wee. Hello? Son of a gun. Hang on. 5, 4, 3, 2. I'm back. I love when my kitties jump on me all night. Well, this Freya, and then I got the spirit cat. I don't think she'll be spending tonight with me because I just ozoned the room and the machine's probably still on. I did it for a long time. I don't want anything on me besides my baby girl. Oh my gosh, Ashmaya. How cute is that? Chicken buck buck. Chicken. Chicken. Buck buck buck. Chicken did it. Chicken buck buck. Chicken buck buck. Um. Oh, I love animals, and like there's times that Freya is super annoying, but I love her anyway. Okay, I am like an OCD person's worst nightmare. Sorry. Animals are the best. Um, there we go. Yay. I do have to get the pictures printed out better. I mean, thankfully, this is just for me, but I'm trying to get you guys motivated and inspired a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, MG, how cute. Miss Auntie Amy's having a bad day. Um, I'm just looking to see if there's anything. Um, yeah. I mean, besides the new moon and besides like the retrograde energies happening and hitting all of us, um, I really honestly think we got to be more compassionate with ourselves. We have to be more in an understanding that things are hectic for everybody. This is not the best time of year for so many. I choose to look at the holiday season as a blessing, even though it, it hasn't been the best for me. I'm going to be honest, for years. A lot of trials and tribulations and feelings and things come up, but those are the things that we need to release in order to move forward. If I can make a tradition in my house and make things fun and not worry about the sad stuff that comes along with the holidays, great. That's the point. Um, my legs hurt. I don't know what's going on with me, guys. Pain. I do want to do another paint and sip. I won't do that tonight, but I want to get one done. Have a good one, Kassan. Thank you for joining in. I will be here on Friday for Friday Night Live. I do it twice a week. I do a craft and then we finished a craft sort of tonight. The problem with this, whoa, I don't know what that was. This is Marine in his cute little outfit. The problem is it's a little too small for the frame. I gotta make it, and then I want to put like little pictures of us together. But like my little Marine. And I need a better quality picture. In terms of color, I gotta fix the color on it. I wish I could put that on Zoom and have little Freya's popping out and out. Um, I don't know where she is. Little Thor has been coming around, but like way after I go to work. Because I see the little dig into the bowl, so I know he is eating his dry food. I don't put because when it rains, I don't put the wet food out because it gets all soggy and nasty. And then he tends not to eat it. Choo choo! Choo choo train. But I wanna really focus ooh. Oh. Well, this can't be held back from you guys. Spirit has been dropping me a lot of informations. Let's share this goodie. Did you know? I mean, again, align with what you feel. Each atom in your body shares a quantum link to the Big Bang, if the Big Bang ever existed, emerging from one entangled wave of creation. Woo! Every atom in your body carries a story that begins at the dawn of the universe. Quantum physics reveals that all matter, including the atoms that make up your body, emerged from the same entangled wave of creation during the Big Bang. This means that at a fundamental level, you are intimately connected to the cosmos and all things. I'll explain later. Quantum entanglement suggests that particles can remain linked across vast distances, sharing information instantaneously. The atoms in your cells were once part of stars, gas clouds, and distant cosmic phenomena. Boop, boop, ba-doo-doo, creating a chain of connection that stretches back 13.8, possibly longer, billion years. Every heartbeat, every thought, every movement occurs within this framework of ancient cosmic history. Understanding the quantum link transforms how we see ourselves in the universe. We are not separate observers, but active participants in a continuous interwoven network of energy and matter. Science shows that the universe is not just around us, but also inside us, with each atom reflecting a fraction of cosmic history. Next time you look at the stars, remember that the same energy that once ignited galaxies now flows through you, making you a living part of the universe's eternal story. Yes, but that's all things. So we got to remember that as time collapses on itself, this is Allison's new insight here. Thanks, upstairs. Your other self that already transcended in the physical vehicle, okay, at some point either went into space dust, meaning you got cremated, or you were buried. So your Viking self, your this self and that self, the Roman, the Greek, the this, the that you lived already. Still living out in another reality density, but in this reality that you have come back and come back and come back. What happens to all the particles and subatomic particles that make up one said body? Now the insects eat the physical vehicle, and your body just keeps getting recycled within the cycle of life. So the ants, the insects eat each other, and then you become a plant, and then the bird sucks the nectar, and that's why when I say you're one with all things, that you literally are entangled and are one with all things, because each and every atom of your body at some point traversed space-time, linear space for eons. Literally, figuratively, literally. So let's say my old self that lived in Ireland, she died and went back into the earth. And now the cycle of me being decomposed and all my atoms and all the substance and alchemical sources from the body that I once was now gets recycled through the greenery, the grass, the tree, the plant, the insect, the animal. Okay, and what happens if that animal started to fly and go to another country? So therefore, a bit of me is scattered upon all of the earth at some point in time in all the epochs that I lived. The particles that once made up the physical being. Now you're an internal soul. You're everywhere and nowhere at the same time. You're in vast densities and dimensional spaces. Billions of versions of you playing out way many different paradigms until you merge back with them. And what's happening in this time delineum? Time is collapsing out on itself because we're making better choices as a humanity. And that's why a lot of our manifestations hasn't been collapsing in the wave function, because we can't be in coherence when we keep having time shifts. In time shifts, like when things calm down and we have like a span of a month or two where everything is just chilled out, we have a better time of being coherent with the new energy, the new transformation, the new frequency, and our body merges with that frequency and becomes one and merges with it. That merger doesn't happen overnight. It takes time to merge with the frequency and hold it. When they say hold your frequency to its highest and best, it's a fleeting moment for many of us because we keep shifting into different realities and we don't know where to land. Because energetically, we are not there yet to be landed and stay there for a little bit. Some are doing it constantly, where they shift and then a year from now they shift again. Some of us are shifting every second. And we can't be coherent and collapse a wave function of manifestation, what we want, when we keep bouncing back and forth. And internally, the ping pong match is happening where old self, new self, old self, new self, mirror. And I'm really hoping that I can focus when I have Thanksgiving break on the beginnings of the shadow work content that I want to work on for the course. I think it's very important right now with the retrograde energy, and we're being forced to look at our shadows again. A lot of us already did a lot of shadow work. A lot of us went through the ego death and the dark night of the souls, plural. We did a lot of this work. But like this is the final initiation point, in my opinion and estimation, that determines if we need more work or that we are ready to embody, actualize the new you. And that might not look that much different from what the you that is represented in this world now. Energetically, it's different. Energetically, you are maturing as a soul, and you're going to gain more insight as we continuously shift. Does that make sense? So I got to add an S there somehow, some way with a Sharpie. But thank you, Ashmeyer, for the beautiful crafting materials that I got to use tonight. So that was a beautiful article. Wowie wow. Also, I've been hearing a lot of channel. I don't like to give this stuff effing energy. I don't. But what the 3-eye atlas thing, I listened to Brian Scott's adaptation of Daniel Scranton's work, and basically I gave it some, because it's not just that one thing that the guides and whoever was talking at that time was speaking about. But I was thinking, okay, so they're there to wake some people up. That whole concept of this thing is a comet, is it intelligent life? And they've always, we already know they're here, we're them, they're this, they're that. for some people, they're going to need that boost. They're going to need that enticement to look further. It's just a catalyst. Don't feed into it if you can't help yourself. Mind you, the extraterrestrial book of races right there is falling off my shelf, and I don't know why it's there falling off my shelf, but it's there falling off my shelf. That book right there. I've had taken some books off my shelf to see uh what potential things I need to start working on. Yes, I'm yawning, damn it. There was something else I wanted to impart on you guys. Holy crap. Oh, that's great. They're gonna have mm, mm. Also something in the collective that I've been getting. A lot of us are recapitulating our tribe. And I don't want people to think that you got to stick with the same people forever. You're a system, like if you put yourself as a tree, right? The tree sees all 4 seasons, depending where you are in the world, but let's just say it has 4 seasons. It has its leaves, it has its roots, and then sometimes it gets struck by lightning, a branch falls, the wind happens, it snows, the tree kind of dies, and some of it lives and some of it doesn't. You are the tree of all things. Like you're every part of that tree. And you're going to have people that come out just for the season where the leaves are forming and budding and looking great. And then in the fall, they fall. And then they get swept away. We got trees that last for thousands of years, and we have trees that last for 5. It's okay. It really is okay to shift your focus on your tribe. Not everybody is going to be there the whole time and girth of OMG. We're going to shut that off. Sorry, the devils are not doing good. But we got to look at the dynamics of what do you want in your paradigm? Who do you want in your paradigm? What are you feeding your mind? As we're shifting into new self, what are the things that define you here? Even though your heart's here. What are you defining? What we thought 5 years ago with the people that are in our tribe, they're going to fall away. Some people will and some people will stay. What is in your best soul interests? Not your ego, not your personality. If we think more in terms of the soul, we really don't know all the facets to our soul. because it encompasses a whole big component of things, and it's outside space-time. So we're limited in the understanding of what our soul really wants. But it knows how to direct us because our higher self is a part of the bigger picture, and it's the drone controller navigating us. Don't ever question. I mean, if we question, it's for intellectual purposes only and to know more of the why questions. But if you're being steered in a direction and you have your heart in alignment with it, don't question it. I always questioned it. I got in my own damn fucking way. I stayed too long into things that I shouldn't have stayed long enough into. I gave energy to people, places, and things that didn't warrant my energy. And I, took the slow route in learning these lessons. Where are your boundaries with people? I mean, even the people that you love, where are your boundaries? Just look at the dichotomy of what you have in front of you and make instinctual gut heart aligned actions, judgments, discernments in where you are going to lead your new life, your new self, the new you. We're all being rebirthed in some facet in our lives, whether it be finance, our relationships with people, our marriages, our whatever it is in your life that you are rebirthing. It doesn't have to happen and look the same for everybody. It's going to look different for each and every one of you. What facet of you is rebirthing? Is it in everything that you are experiencing in your life is going through a fuck, everything is collapsing? For me, not everything is collapsing, but it's also a structure of I need to do better. I also need to show up differently. I also need to revamp how I react to my outside world. That's a new sense of self. Where are the changes in your life that you need? It's quite interesting, to say the least. Yay, I got 4 people watching. Thank you all to the 4 people that are watching. Here's little Thor emojis. Yay. I did finish a craft. Sort of. I want to test something out. Hi, Big Meanie. How are you? Aha! What's up? Thank you for joining. You didn't miss out on much. I made a frame. I'm not scrapping my patriotic Indiana. but I don't like it, so I'm gonna have to I might repaint it and make the flag better. I'm a perfectionist when it comes to my artwork, and if I don't like something, I redo it. Don't like it, so we're gonna redo it. I haven't been able to get little Thor um on video because little monster likes to show up when I'm working. I never know when he comes, you know. And my heart goes out to Miss Auntie Amy, whose 6 toes has still been MIA. And also Ash Maya's version of Little Thor also is MIA. Thank you. I just had a vending event. I did sell a mushroom sign. You think my signs sell faster, but I need to make more business card holders. Preferably, I should have taken these, but I actually use them myself. Um, this has pyrite and blue kyanite, garnet, silver pieces, moonstone. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. You know, little Thor likes to come when little Thor likes to come. And it makes me sad because I like at least like to see how he's doing every day. But not every day do I get a little hello. Gosh. Oh, there's like no screen. Interesting. Jesus Louises. So like the goal is that, but I need the different dimensions on the photo. And then I'm gonna add little ones. But this was the goal. That was the goal. Didn't get there, but we will. I love this thing. I had deer in my backyard a few days ago. Deer. A doe. A deer. I don't know if they were bucks or not, but I'm gonna be honest. What? A deer. Anything else going on? Oh, if I could get a Black Friday sale with no money and get a new phone, that'd be hilarious. This is something I would love to read because this, I think everybody can get Divine Order. This is by Matt Ryder. Sometimes the path slows down or stops altogether, not as a punishment, but as protection. The universe causes what is not aligned, shielding you from energies you're not meant to carry and preparing you for the next rise. What feels like delay is recalibration. That's a big word in the Dark Chosen One videos. What feels like waiting is initiation. That's all of us. Trust the timing of your life. Don't force what isn't moving. What's meant for you arrives when your frequency matches it. Therein lies that equipment I would love to have made and or invented. There is a divine order in every shift, every pause, every acceleration. Nothing is random. And I know for some of us, our lives have felt very slow. Fuck everything, I'm done. And that's me almost every day now. Seriously, I've been done, 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 done. Today, yesterday, what? What happened at work? What? I was done. Done. Today, what I saw in a child's head, done. And but am I really done? Maybe. That was good coffee. Thank you, Maureen, for the creamer. Um, Dunzos. I was done. And a lot of us get to that point where we're done. Are we done on the timeline? Schumann resonance. Is there a spirit there? Spirit there? Is there a spirit there? Just hands. Betty! Chicken buck buck. Chicken buck buck. Chicken buck buck. Chicken buck buck buck. Um, we're at 7.79, so we dropped a bit in frequencies. No new time. We had a blackout. We did. We had a blackout. We're resuming. But are we done? Like, so when I say I'm done and I'm like over it, did I just jump onto a next timeline and did I collapse a wave function? Did I merge another self? When I said those words, I am done. But like shit's still continuing. What do I need to release? I don't effing know at this point. I don't know. I don't know. But these are good questions to ponder because as we are really starting to understand quantum mechanics and quantum entanglement and just the quantum world in general and applying it to spirituality, we can really ask questions open-endedly, and maybe in a few months we will understand a bit better. It's a bit difficult. Okay, so a booth fee, $275. I don't have it. So I love this. This is from Buddhism. What we've been told success is college degree, high paying job, hustling nonstop, fancy materialistic items. What success really is, and this is what most of us feel, peace of mind, loving your job. I love my job, but I don't get paid well. So I like it and I don't at the same time. Staying healthy and strong, making a positive impact on others. That's why I love doing this channel. Yeah, that's why a lot of I express this, I'm very thankful for the holistic center I had my vending event at. It was $50. When they're shutting their place of business for something special, like energy exchange. So it's really nice to be able to pay, you have to pay something, but those prices are, they're really expensive. And I understand. I just made back what I put out, like I broke even on this event. So I did sell some stuff, but I didn't sell enough. And I sold the small stuff that, $5 here, $10 there, it adds up, but not to the extent where I sold a pyramid for $150. I did not do that. And if I go to these events, what's the highly likelihood that I'm going to break even at $275? I only did a $300 vending event once. I mean, Indiana is like the antique vending, everywhere there's vending, but it's all very expensive. And then some of these places ask you for your tax ID and for insurance and for stuff that I just can't afford to have. So it's very difficult to be always at rock bottom and not being able to, like, see where you can go and take your limits. Not to me, nothing is at a loss, even though I broke even, because you never know the opportunities that will present themselves to you when you're out and meeting new people. That's something that you cannot put a price on. I never know, sitting at a table, someone strikes a conversation with me and has a job offer for me or knows somebody that could be hiring for me. I don't know. So if you don't put yourself out there and you don't try, you're not going to get anywhere. I'm a doer. I'm a go out there and get it done kind of person. And I'm just hoping one day, no matter where I'm at, whether it be on this channel, whether it be in the people for people community that I'm building, like I'm helping build, vending events, whatever have you, that I'm creating an emotional, a feeling, something where someone is going to be out there to help. Because I can't do this by myself. I'm not supposed to do this by myself, by the way. That's why all of you are here. I help you, you help others. It's a chain. And you guys helping me out is a huge blessing. And I have a lot of gratitude for it. I really do. The amount of times in privacy that I tear up and I get teary-eyed and all emotional, and like today I mean, seriously, I thought I was going to have a schizophrenic breakdown and put me into a facility. And then I thought better of it and just said, okay, like, we just went through this, we're going to do this again. And I seeing a package on my porch and it was from Ash Maya. Like, I wanted to cry. Arnie sending me a box of his Oracle cards. I get PayPals and Venmos from people. That stuff like literally does tear me up and makes me want to cry. And happiness and joy and being thankful. I couldn't do this with half of like without you guys. It's not about me. It isn't. I'm just a conduit that picks up on source and its energy and the collective consciousness. And I'm able to read it and transcribe it and make it make sense. And then you guys go out there and you're inputting your ideas and your amazement to other people. And it's how everything spreads. And it's how the energy, the frequency is built. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. I have my heater on, mind you. We need vibes everywhere. And I'm very blessed that you guys are contributing to the vibes and that you're spreading your own vibes. And I'm happy that you're sharing. I know Scott shares his experiences when he can and the spirit allows him. And I know Ashmaya shares hers. I think it's very important because there are people out there that are doubting themselves or they're not quite fully in the awareness yet that they have abilities. Like, I know I have abilities, but yesterday was a brand new, what the fuck was that? I don't like it. And not because it feels like a powder moment. Fire. I need this, by the way. Yesterday touching a child's head and feeling something was off, feeling the energy. I know it's hard to see with the light, but touching someone's head and like, this is what you're seeing is insane. Is insane. I'm still looking for a bigger one of these, by the way. Look, my nose. I know a lot of us are being initiated and a lot of us are going through a lot of tests and trials and tribulations. I have been the last couple of months, years, decades, whole life. And I think like I'm that tired and that over it at this point that the new life is trying to come to birth. And it's just little things that need to just be recalibrated and gone and released in the subconscious that I'm not aware about, merging other selves and healing their bullshit. That's been happening too. I am not done with the kiddos yet. You know, a lot of things in my astrology is like new career, new job, new this, and it's been that way. I'm not done with these kids yet. I got another one coming in that's medically fragile that I got to work with. Um, I just got to figure things out moving forward so that I don't have to be in this stagnant, what the fuck do I do? I'm working my ass off and I'm not seeing a damn result and I'm not getting paid. And the reason why I'm not getting my full paychecks is because I don't work when I don't get paid when I don't go to work, where I'm not on a salary. And teachers get their time off and I don't get paid for it. So it's rough working in a school system where you're not salaried. I don't get paid. I'm getting paid because they held money back. So for Christmas, I will be getting a shit paycheck, but at least I'll be getting paid. But they take money and kind of bank it for you. I'm not a fan of that. And like for snow days, I could take a sick day or a personal day and use that as I have time banked. But that's not fair. Why are you taking a day from me because it snowed and it's an act of God? Yes. And I don't know why they are still doing that to you, Scott. The only thing I could think of is there's a lot of stuff that still people will not be able to see and it'll get frustrating for them, or the fact that it's just not time yet for the things that you are seeing and that some of us do see, but not as a collective yet. I know that I don't necessarily share everything that I see. Obviously, there's a lot going on behind me. I don't point it out because I'm focused here, but if I tuned in, it's going on behind me. And I do call some stuff out. I'm able to do that. My biggest advice right now that I've been doing, I'm getting back into not necessarily journaling, but writing letters. I find writing, when you're writing not to yourself, or maybe it is to yourself, you tend to be more honest and upfront when you're getting your emotions and feelings out. Maybe. So I suggest like meditative journaling, meditative writing a letter to yourself. Like, hey, I'm sorry for whatever that sorry is. Um, ground, but know that there's different functions and different ways to ground. Water is still like a big thing with me. I haven't been able to take a grounding bath in a while, a detox bath. I need to do that for myself. Um, yeah, going to the trees and going into nature is great. And that's the oracle cards have been calling you to do that. but not everybody, like I'm past that grounding point. I need different modalities of grounding. So if something isn't feeling like it's working anymore, shift, pivot, and figure it out what works for you. And that's going to take time. Don't give up the old ways, but also find new ways of doing things. Find new modalities to use. You know, if we're using the same affirmations, maybe freshen up your affirmations. Maybe change up the verbiage that you're using from them. When you're feeling stagnant and stuck in life or at a standstill, like many of us are feeling, look at your habits, look at your schedule, shift, pivot. I've been trying to do different things. Obviously, when you're working and you have a set schedule in a sense, like today, I really wanted to go on earlier because yesterday I was like funked out. But I don't really keep a schedule when I get my videos done. I get my videos done. I don't set a schedule for that. I do them when I'm like in the present and focused. Yesterday was a little different. Like today, I needed to do this because it makes me it recalibrates me, it calms me down. I don't think about what I do, but not it's not looping in my brain. Because I saw it. I was witness to things that creepy crawl. Blech! But I'm gonna get off, guys, because I have to air out in the room that I ozone, which is the one that I sleep in. I do have to just for my own sanity spray again. Um uh I will be live on Friday. If you are interested in stuff for the holidays, now is the time to get the projects and stuff in. It's going to take me some time, but I will get it done. I do have a 2-week vacation. It's not really vacation because I got to do this in order to make money on YouTube because I just put ads. Sorry for all the ads, but that earns me cents, and that cents earns to dollars, and dollars accumulates. So I thank you all for just being a part of my life. Thank you to the channel members. I'm hoping to work on the shadow work presentation. It's not the course, but it's like the pre-course, like what this will encompass kind of deal. I'm starting to really like hone in on it when I can. So just hang on for that. Uh, make sure you're checking in with yourself every day. Make sure you're being generous and compassionate with yourself with the energies. Please. I'm sending you guys so much love and gratitude from the bottom of my heart. Sending each and every one of you love, light, compassion, grace, shielding, and protective energy. Please go within your heart space. Please be the shoulder for somebody physically today. Please be the lighthouse. Sprinkle and seed your truths. Light that path forward. And I definitely will miss Ash Maya. When I get into more of the nitty-gritties of figuring out like how I want to structure things, I'm definitely going to reach out to you guys. I just like I have the intentions of doing it, and then things like yesterday and today happen and it throws me the fuck off. I don't like it. It all has a reason and everything is synchronistic and it's going to happen in divine timing anyway. And thank you for the biscuits. I'm so excited it's happened. I might bring them to work to try. Um, I need to have a pick-me-upper for tomorrow because tomorrow's going to suck. Maybe. I'm going to put that it's going to be the best day ever. But if it happens to be that that child comes back to school, we're going to have an interesting day. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please be safe and be seen from wherever you are in this world, in humanity, the realm that is. Again, I'll be live on Friday. Don't know what time. Let's hope everything is calm, cool, and collected the next few days and that things run a little smoother in my life. And if you're not on my Facebook or you're in, try to find me on social medias so that we know what's going on. Please keep warm and safe wherever you are. I know there's some storms down south of me. Please be safe. Go in your heart, discern, know it's true for you and only you. And I hope to see you all in the next one. Chicken and Batty say thank you for watching and bye for now.